Once the passengers are on board, the train is ready to depart. The engineer slowly pulls back on the throttle to get the train moving.
Look at that keyboard.
The grade for the first several miles out of China is fairly moderate. Trains move along at a fast clip as they... The engine encounters the first of the 4% grade as it approaches Lobato Meadows. From here to the summit, it will be an all-out battle, with the locomotive really having to work to reach the top at Cum Pass. The train slows as it rolls onto the Lobato trestle. Below is Wolf Creek. Frequent obstacles encountered by the steam trains are the livestock that choose to snack on grasses growing on or near the railroad track. This group of horses is a classic case in point. Only after much blowing of the whistle and the noisy hissing of escaping steam from the open cylinder are the horses frightened away.
Good. Stay the fuck out of here.
With one hand on the car, the engineer diligently coaxes the maximum amount of power out of the engine without slipping the drivers. The Cum Scenic is one of just two remaining examples of the once flourishing Rio Grande narrow gauge system. Built in the late 1800s, the narrow gauge was constructed to help tap the vast mineral resources in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. At one time, over 2,000 miles of narrow gauge rails were in use in Colorado and New Mexico. During the early 1900s, the minerals began to play out, diminishing the role of the narrow gauge. Only 552 miles of narrow gauge remained in existence after the Second World War. That decreased to 264 miles by the middle 1950s. Those miles were confined to the remaining 3-foot gauge main lines of the Rio Grande, running from Alamos to Durango, Colorado, and on the railroad's two branches, one branch running from Durango to Silverton and the other running south from Durango to Farm. By all indications, the Rio Grande narrow gauge The revival of the narrow gauge lasted for almost a decade. Train after train of pipe traveled over Cum Pass on its way to the gas fields near Farm. When the last pipe was laid, the narrow gauge fell again into decline. Only 4 trains traveled the railroad during the entire year of 19. The scenic portion of the line from Colorado to Chamonix was purchased by the states of Colorado and New Mexico. As soon as an option of the line could be found, regularly scheduled passenger trains were again running over Cum Pass during the summer months. Several years after its opening, Colorado Railways was appointed to operate the Cum Scenic Railroad. Negotiating the last curve around Whitney Point, the train has almost conquered the tough grade to the summit.